Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today's webinar is very special. We'll be talking about how one of our students successfully went from online learning to receiving acceptance from both the prestigious schools, UCLA and UC Berkeley. So this is not just a dream, it's real. And today you'll hear directly from the people behind the journey. And before we begin, let me introduce our speakers right now. They are our guest stars. There will be Jonathan, our VP, and the special guest is Walter.
Hello.
He's the UBridge class of 2026 students. All right, so this is our agenda today. I'll be I'll be talking a little bit about the university bridge and how we help the students, and then Jonathan will take the part of discussing with Walters and sharing how he can manage successfully into UCLA and UC Berkeley. So lots of people are asking me, what is University Bridge? Is it a college? Is it a university? So basically, we are not the college, we are not the university, but we are the program that is run on the 2-year colleges. So we provide exceptional service, tailored service for every of our students, offering premium academic support and non-academic support. So the students will be studying with us in one of our partner colleges across California and Washington, and then they will be continuing the year 3 and 4 on the dream universities. So, and then the next slide, I'll be talking like how we successfully transfer students and help students get into top US universities. As you know, it's very hard to, get into top 40 US universities, especially like UCLA, UC Berkeley. Every year, the acceptance rate is getting smaller and smaller. But with our expert and our team, especially on the ground, we can help our students go into top US universities like UCLA, Berkeley, Davis, Irvine, and else. 81% of our students got into top 40 US universities since 2015. And it's very remarkable and stable achievement for us. And then when we break down into each of universities, um, around 35% went to UCLA and 45% went to UC Berkeley. That means 7 times higher of acceptance rate rather than they apply as a freshman year. So this is the very great chance for the students who really wants to go to um, those universities. And then how probably people like wondering how we help our students and how we have a very remarkable achievement. So actually, what we provide is called as a college care. It's a very tailored support for our students from academic support to non-academic support, covering social and personal life of the students. So our our advisors will take care our students from the very beginning, like the academic part, like they gonna give you the study plan, help you choose the right professors and the course to get transferred into top universities. And apart from that, our advisor will be how we call it, as a buddy for their journey during the 2 years program. So as a parents, you don't need to worry because there's someone that you can run to if your kids has anything to do or anything they need. Um, you can rest assured that our advisor will be handled them very well. So these are the profile of our advisors. They are all graduated from top universities, so they know exactly how to transfer to those top universities. And then, um, so people ask me, what's the difference between applying to UBridge program at at your partner college and between the direct program at your partner college. So, as you can see on the screen, lots of differences, and we give 100% support for our students since the average students and advisor ratio is 20 and 1. But when you go to direct program, the college, one advisor will be taking care more than 100 students. So you can imagine how difficult it is to, meet with your advisors. While when you want to transfer to top universities, you need to have an intense counseling with your advisors regarding your SI, regarding your academic plan, your course selections, and GPA, as well as the non-extracurricular. So we support everything from the very day one until they transfer. And yeah, that's what we do to help our students successfully get into top US universities. And now this is the very exciting part. So Walter will be sharing on how he can successfully get into both universities. Please, Jonathan, go ahead.
Thank you, Jessica. Walter, a big thank you for joining us today, and we really appreciate you giving the time. And many congratulations again. A fantastic achievement. So maybe first, tell us a little bit about yourself, like your academic background before you joined University Bridge. Just give us a little bit of info about yourself.
Hello, so as Jonathan introduced, I'm Walter. So before UBridge, I actually completed my high school in the UK. Now I'm currently transferring as a junior in fall, with offers from actually all five UCs that I applied to.
That's interesting. So you did the UK system and then you moved over to the US system. That's quite interesting. Um, yeah, okay. So, um, how did you find studying for a US in the US compared to the UK in general? How did you feel about it? I mean, these years, many students actually, I find many students actually apply to the UK and the US sometimes, but US top universities are extremely difficult to get into. So often people end up going to the UK instead in recent years. What was your experience like? What do you think is the difference between the systems?
So actually, I completed my high school in the UK. So the impression that of the education system there kind of gave me like an idea of a more structured and academic system in comparison to the US, which is a lot more flexible. Uh, the courses in the US genuinely interest me, and I didn't have to commit to any specific major too early on. Uh, yeah, it allowed me to have a clearer vision of my future goals and interests before I really make the final decision.
Okay, so the US offers a lot more flexibility than maybe the
Yeah, yeah.
UK does. It's very interesting because a lot of people, I ask them, what do you want to do as your major? And many people say, I don't know. What's a good major? What's an easy major? I always get asked that question. And the answer is that sometimes you need to explore and try different things and find what you like. But when you studied in the US, um, was which courses did you particularly enjoy? What did you find most interesting?
Mm, so I actually have a passion for music, so I was able to take many music courses here and there, like music appreciation as well as learning the theory behind it. That was all very interesting stuff and very new stuff to me. And the fact they articulated over is, I mean, it's a plus point, right? So that was great. I could take like sociology classes to econ classes to, I mean, basically anything under the sun. So it was really holistic, I guess. The UK has a lot more, I mean, it's more structured. It really makes you commit to something without really exactly knowing. So that's why I also prefer the US education system.
I agree. I mean, I'm a UK graduate, and I agree with you. I remember in the UK, my first term at university, no choice. You have to study this. Second term, no choice. You have to study this. So a lot of the UK syllabus is less flexible. The US has a lot of choices. That's what's wonderful about it in a way. And it's great that you found things that you really, really enjoyed. I know some students even do gym and get one credit for
Mm.
doing gym classes, which is great. I know another student who did a cruise one year and they got credits for the cruise. Amazing. Um,
Yeah.
but it's really, really good, the US system, because there's all these options. And I think whatever you want, you can find your passion,
I
which
mean,
is very, very important. And most people don't know. I mean, when you were doing high school in the UK, did you know what you wanted to study or were you not sure?
um, I wasn't really sure. So yeah, I mean, I think most of us at that age I mean, they're quite uncertain with what they exactly want. Having the flexibility really gives you the freedom to choose and allow you to make a better decision.
I agree. And making the decision is very important because that's what you have to study for a
Yeah.
period of time in your life. So tell us, obviously got a UK background. Why did you choose University Bridge and why did you choose to study online?
Um, so to be honest, online was at least to me, it was a better option because I had to care for others in my family. Uh, it made the task a lot, uh, I guess, simpler to handle because I was needed in my family actually. So yeah, and I was able to study alongside. So that's great.
So, okay, online made it more convenient for lots of reasons, like family reasons. Why did you choose to join the University Bridge program?
Mm, yeah, definitely convenience because not many I guess undergraduate level course or undergraduate level studies allow for online learning that progresses you to a good 4 year. Most of the time, they are generally, I guess they're mid-tier, but the options in UBridge are a lot more because like, Berkeley is always open. UCLA out of state schools. There's just a lot more good like outcome like schools I can enter into that if that makes sense. Yeah.
It does because online is filled with problems. There's a lot of online courses. If you do a Google search, you find about 500 online courses for the US. But in reality, very few of them will lead you into top universities. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, for the US system, I mean, there's lots of programs out there, like the Malaysian degree transfer program is quite popular, for example. A lot of these programs don't actually lead you into a top university. You would end up going to a good university, but not UCLA, not a UC Berkeley level university. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Now, studying online, when I talk to some students, they say to me, "Oh, Jonathan, I don't like studying online. It's so boring. It frustrates me, it annoys me, it's very difficult." How did you manage your online studying?
Mm, maybe it's a rather cliche answer, but I guess staying motivated, having an end goal in mind was really important. So since I started, I really had the final vision of, oh, I want to go Berkeley. So that really help me to push forward, stay motivated. Uh, of course, with effective time management and communication with lecturers, it made it much simpler. They were also very understanding with the time zone differences, and they could actually make a lot of arrangements to help me fit my schedule. Yeah.
Okay. What was your biggest challenge during your online studies? How did you cope with that? Did you have a moment when you thought, oh, this is too difficult, I can't do this?
Um, not really difficult, but I guess it's just having the motivation to get through the day, finish the thing. Sometimes you might not like what you're doing, but you have to do it. And I mean, the end outcome is a great one, so that should be something that motivates you enough, I guess. Yeah.
I agree 100%. I mean, congratulations, because staying motivated doing online study is not easy. I
Yeah.
mean, you must have been looking at your GPA and thinking, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Did you feel that way? Did you feel it's going quite well?
Um, yeah, I would say that every semester is like a passing pace, and then you feel like more like you're working towards a goal. So yeah, a good GPA, good GPA, good GPA makes you feel good.
I agree. I think it's like climbing a mountain. You have to keep climbing until you get to the top. And then when you go
Mm,
down, it's much easier. So you've done it. Amazing, amazing achievement to keep yourself motivated over the time and maintain your GPA. Because with online study, over the years, a lot of students have done online, especially over COVID. A lot of students did online, and a lot of students did very well at it, actually. It's quite interesting if they stay motivated and stay organized.
mm,
How did you organize your time? Did you sort of, or did you have a scheduled daily
mm.
schedule, or did you just,
I mean, yeah, I did have a schedule, but it wasn't a proper done up one. I just kind of knew what I had to do. Every day I just sat down there, looked at my computer, see my tasks, like do it in, I guess, a linear order, complete it the next day. I look through my tasks again and then complete them. It's I mean, it's kind of a structure, but yeah.
okay. You worked very, very closely with Michelle, who's one of the University Bridge's most experienced advisors. Michelle has done a 2+2 program herself, and she graduated from UCLA. How did she support you remotely? Because I often get asked this question about studying online. How can it be the same? How did she support you remotely during the 2 years? How did that work? You obviously have catch-up sessions online, you have Zoom meetings, but how did that work in terms of working together and building up the plan?
I think first things, Michelle was extremely patient. She was very kind. She's like a friend, so I guess that's something different. It's not just a counselor in that regard. So it was very easy for me to confide with her about the various hurdles that at least to me seem rather difficult to overcome initially. So I had a lot of other things that made me afraid of applying. For example, I had a gap in education, actually a pretty long gap because I had mandatory national service in Singapore. So these were things that she was able to help me fine tune and help me address. There were questions, like follow up questions on the UCs about about my gap, about my past education history, and all these stuff were really, I mean, it was handled really well with Michelle. And working together with her was a great pleasure. She was also able to help me a lot and go above and beyond actually. So there were a lot of other schools that I applied, which I'm still pending my outcome. So out of state schools, to Columbia, to US, in state USC as well, NYU. She was very helpful. I guess like I don't really know where the line is between advising and friend or like yeah, but she was just helping me basically everything. I think that was a really great. Uh, I mean, it was really great. It was really nice of her. And also, course planning was a huge thing because taking the right courses is important to ensure success. And knowing the lecturers and understanding the system, or at least having someone that understands the system to help you, will really smoothen the process and ensure you get a good grade. So I guess that's also another difference with the UK and the US education system is that the lectures you take really matter because your GPA is essentially determined by how, I mean, it's largely determined by how nice your professor is, but she had a lot of experience in that, so she was able to help me with that. And I guess most importantly is her moral support and how approachable she was. Uh, yeah, it really made the transfer process much simpler. without which it'll be very, I mean, there'll be many other things I wouldn't be able to do without her. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. I think the advisor's role at University Bridge is to give support, to give advice, and to give guidance too, because sometimes it's difficult. Everyone's plans are different. Everyone has different goals. And I think it's very, very hard sometimes to select classes. And it's also very hard sometimes to even pick places to apply to. I know
Mm.
some students who come to me with Harvard, Yale, MIT, Princeton, UCLA, UC Berkeley. They say UCLA and UC Berkeley are my last choices. And they really should be your first choices because those are amazing schools. I mean, the US is a different world when it comes to top universities. The quality is amazing and it's very hard to get into. That's why they're top universities. So obviously you did online. Um, how did that work with extracurricular activities and other things like doing a transfer plan? Because obviously you've got into Berkeley and UCLA, which do require more than just academics. They do look for other qualities such as leadership and other qualities. Obviously, you've done military service, which is incredibly useful, I'm sure, for giving examples. But what else did you do over the time? Because obviously, the major disadvantage with online studies, you're not part of a physical community like you are on a university campus, for example, or a college campus. So, tell us a little bit about that.
So in regards to extracurriculars, actually most of them were completed in Singapore. So I had to kind of source things that made sense. So I worked with a case writer with one of my local ministers who actually studied at UC Berkeley. So we helped residents in my district to address a myriad of issues, everything related to quality. So that was one thing that I actually wrote about in my essay that maybe made me stand out. So I was also really engaged with building my investment portfolio. But that was just kind of like a sideline hobby to me. So it was a really fun thing. Another thing I also wrote about in my essays. Uh, in regards to like extracurriculars that I completed, I mean within this online in San Francisco spaces, Berkeley's had a few programs. They had this SPMP and CCTS programs, which I also participated in. Those were all online, like Zoom meetings and stuff. Mm, there are opportunities. Like I received a few invitations from Phil Kappa, all these kind of, I guess, extra stuff you can add to your portfolio if you choose to join. Transfer plans. Right now, I've actually really decided, but I received offers from UCLA and Berkeley. UCLA, I got economics, and for Berkeley, I got poly-econ. But I'm thinking of possibly like either double majoring in economics or switching over. Uh, I also applied, as I mentioned earlier, to Columbia, USC, and NYU. I'm still waiting the outcome there. Mm, schedule, my schedule was, I mean, as a social science major, it was pretty well spaced, yeah. I think I talked about it a bit about it earlier.
Okay. So, I mean, you could have a very big dilemma, Walter, if you get NYU, USC, the other ones you've applied to. That could be quite tricky. Um, that could be a difficult decision.
Mm, yeah, yeah. But my heart's with Berkeley, so
Okay. Well,
yeah.
it's always good to have in your mind a choice because I have known people before who can't make a decision and they literally are like until the last minute really struggling to decide. And actually you've got a bunch of great choices. So choosing one is probably a sensible decision. Um, so what's the plan in the future? You just told us UC Berkeley's the plan. What's the dream? What would you like to do in the future?
UC Berkeley has a really good economics department. I mean, there's statistics online that show, I guess, your outcome and your salary, but all those stuff don't matter as much as the experiences I learned. which I really hope to apply to either in politics, finance, or possibly a lecture, being a lecturer in higher education. That's one of my long-term ambitions. Uh, I mean, there's so much opportunities at Berkeley. There's in every regard. Berkeley is just a place to be when it comes to, I guess, for the future. So I'm really eager for what the future holds. Yeah.
Okay. So the goal is to go to Berkeley, and will you pursue master's degrees, PhDs afterwards, or will you just see how it goes?
Oh, I was thinking of doing my master's. Also, getting to the US education system was really good because I think most masters is much easier to get in if you are from a US undergrad. Yeah. So possibly I was looking at this. You had a program, some masters in finance and stuff like this. So they all are pretty interesting. Or masters in asset management, I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, any advice you'd give to future students? Looking, obviously, many students now choose between Australia, US, UK, Hong Kong, Singapore. There's many, many choices. Any advice you'd give to students?
Mm, uh, I guess in regards to school, I guess hard work, consistency, you know, staying connected with the professors, uh, trying to achieve a good GPA. And I mean, if you join UBridge, I guess you always have your advisor there to help you, and they're a great resource, right? They're worth every penny. So only through like, I guess, to tie it all together with their support and with your own initiative, uh, together you can chart a path forward. Yeah, with your advisor. I mean, your advisor can help you in that. Yes, yeah.
I agree. The advisors give people the right path forward. People can enter any path they want to, but the advisor helps people find the way, I think it's fair to say. And I think the advisor's role is to help with guiding you through successfully, all the way through to transfer. And then don't forget, after you transfer, we're here. If you need us, we're here to
Mm.
help. We always regard people as being part of the community even after they graduate. We still have students who keep in touch years later. Um, and actually, at some point, hopefully, you can meet Michelle face to face when you go to the US. I'm sure she'd love to meet you.
Yeah.
So that would be great. Yeah. So I will quickly open up to questions now. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask? Walter, I would just ask you one quick question. When you started at University Bridge doing online, did you think it was possible to get the Berkeley dream?
Honestly, I thought it was a pretty far-fetched idea because there's not much information going online on whether taking a course or like my first 2 years online would hinder my ability. I mean, there were people saying you don't really get the extracurriculars needed. There are people saying that some courses might not articulate properly. So I guess the information online was all around the place. But this was all like, it wasn't something that I really imagined or thought I could do it. Mm. Michelle really helped to bridge the gap. Yeah. I mean, she gave me the reassurance that I needed to know that it would be possible. And in fact, it was possible.
In fact, yeah, when I first met you, I thought it was possible. Um, in fact, I mean, I think I wish more students would be brave enough to try this particular route because it gives you really good options after 2 years. It does give you much better options than you would have had before. Because applying for year one entry to most US universities, you won't get in. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
And I also wish that people should trust the system because the advising system at University Bridge does work well. The advisor is there with you. And it's nice to have a neutral party to advise because the US is not like the UK. There's a lot of information and it's quite confusing. I
Mm.
get asked questions all the time about transferring to a different school. And I sometimes have to look them up because the US has so many universities. I don't know every university. You can never know everything. So we're all learning all the time, I think. And that's why our advisors love the job because they're always willing to sort of try and find out as much information as they can about different universities and colleges. Okay, that's great. Jessica, would you like to ask a question? No?
No, sorry. Good morning. I just joined. Do have a question.
Of course.
Hi,
Hi,
this is
Phoebe.
Phoebe. Good morning. Hi, Walter. I would like to ask you a question. Is there after 2 years, you were able to get admitted to UC? Could you tell me you joined UC as a freshman or as a junior?
I'll be joining as a junior. I'll be transferring in as a junior.
Oh, okay. After 2 years, so you will be able to transfer against was it 60 or 90 credits?
It's 60 after you finish 60 credits, you get the transfer.
Oh, okay. So before you attend the online with UBridge, did you finish A level or what? Was it high school or what was it?
I finished my high school in the UK. Yeah, it was like
Oh,
a foundation program.
so okay, you are a high school graduate, then you attend
Yes.
online. I see. Okay, it's not A level. So okay, got it. Okay, that's great. Great to know. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you, Phoebe. Yeah, basically, I mean, some people come to the program after a foundation, some people come after A levels, some come from Hong Kong after HKDSE or the local system. So it's really open. We have all sorts of different backgrounds, but yeah. Okay. Is there anything else, Phoebe? Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
So my thing is about the credit transfer. It can be very tricky.
Yes.
You see if you look at their website, they do list some credit transfer, 12 credits per subject or something. Is that how it works with water? So you got transfer.
12 credits. I don't really get what do you mean by 12 credits?
I think what you mean is there's general education requirements. So you have to get certain general education requirements to transfer, right? So
Yeah.
transferring in the US into year 3 depends on getting 60 credits, as Walter said. So you do year 1, year 2, then you go into year 3. And in terms of how it works, you need to fulfill the general education requirements as part of that. So you have to have like English, maths, for example, as part of that. It's all listed on the University of California website. And so the first 2 years you'd get those, you get the general education requirements, and then you have to have the right credits for your major too. So each major is slightly different. It's not simple, which is why the advisor's role at University Bridge is very important, because if you want to study biology, you need biology credits. If you want to study chemistry, you need chemistry credits, and so on. It depends on the major. And also, to make things even more complicated, UCLA and UC Berkeley, even sometimes for the same major, will have slightly different requirements. To be honest, it's not always exactly the same. So sometimes it's quite complicated. So that's why for each student at University of Bridge, we do a plan for them for the 2 years. So we'll plan out the classes, how it works, and then we'll help them to transfer. That's how it works. But yes, I mean, there are requirements of certain credits in certain areas, for example, and general education requirements you have to fulfill.
Okay, would you say this is a quite rare case?
What Walter's case of getting into UCLA and UC Berkeley? Every year we normally get about 6 or 7 students into UCLA or UC Berkeley, but University Bridge operates different campuses across California. So we have Walter's an online student, but we have students at Santa Monica, San Mateo, Irvine.
Oh, okay. Like those CCC, right?
Yeah, those are all CCs, yeah, community colleges. So the colleges across California. Is it rare? Well, in recent years, around 35 to 45% of students get into UCLA, UC Berkeley in the last 5 years average from University Bridges cohort. So Walter's case is not that unusual. We do have quite a lot of cases where people have been successful. if you want the honest truth, it depends on the background before people come. Walter had quite a good background. And it does also depend on, with success is a two-way street. It depends on people doing the work and finding what they want to study, because Walter has his passions that he enjoys, things like music that he could do as part of his credits. And that's very important, because finding the right thing is really, really important. Finding the right areas, and maintaining the scores is very, very important too. So his case is not, on University Bridge's normal students, not that unusual. We do get a lot of students who are successful. We do. Some student, the first choice is not UCLA. Some students, the first choice is actually UC Irvine, for example.
The reason I ask is because as far as I know, UC Berkeley and UCLA, they do not usually take people study online. They have a very strict set of rules. So
they do, but it's community college credits online. So it's community college credits are guaranteed to transfer within California. There's no issue. The online credits are treated the same as face-to-face credits because they got the same marking, the same requirements. It's exactly the same, really. Yeah, I mean, it's unusual to do online now. We get less people doing online, but some students do online still, and they can be successful. So 2 years online, it is possible to do it. It is possible.
When you say online, is what time zone is it?
I'll let Walter answer that one. So
I think I'm in Singapore, so I guess, is it Pacific time zone? PST? I'm not very sure.
Yeah. So what time was your classes, Walter? Did you do the morning, evening? What was the sort of time?
It was mostly like, I guess, because there's an option to take asynchronous classes and synchronous classes. So the synchronous classes were, I mean, it could be from 1 a.m. my time to 9 a.m. anytime in between, really, just depends on the class. Asynchronous classes, which is the bulk that I took, actually had a lot of pre-recorded lectures. So you just needed to turn up for the exam. It'll all be administered online. Those were much more doable.
I normally would encourage people to do asynchronous classes because they're recorded. It's much easier to manage your schedule because it's uploaded on a system, Canvas, and then you go on there and you see what your assignments are and you do them by the deadline. You've got to be organized. You've got to be very methodical. But the asynchronous classes work well because you can manage your schedule then. If you do the live classes, which some students do, as Walter said, it can be the middle of the night. So that's not always so great sometimes. But maybe sometimes you want to join live classes, but you just have to manage the schedule. The nice thing with online is it gives you flexibility. I would say that most people prefer to actually go out there and do the classes in person for part of the time. Sometimes students do 1 year online and 1 year in person. So it depends. That's possible too.
Econ is it econ and what
Political economy.
Oh, okay, because my daughter want to have political science, I think she said. Political science. Okay. And she don't want econ. Okay, they're getting info for her. All right. So okay. So is it UK time zone? I guess it's US time zone, of course.
It would be done on California time. So the classes are held in California, so it'd be done on
okay, California time. All right. Because it's the US, right? Of course. Yeah. Okay. US time zone. All right. Okay. I thought CCC is tagged with only CCC is tagged with UC, but your college also attacked with them?
We had tag. I think all CCs have tag, but
they do.
Yeah.
All CCs across California.
All CCCs, yeah.
All the community colleges across California have.
Yes, but yours is this online. You said it's when you say online, is it like one of the CCs?
Well, basically, yes, you would do credits.
Like Foothill, or is it Foothill, or
This is
Vianza, San Mateo.
San Mateo.
San Mateo.
You're San Mateo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so all those 2 years online. Okay.
Yeah.
You must be very disciplined. I think I can't let my kids do
Yeah.
online for 2 years.
There's a lot of flexibility with the course selection, so that made it a lot easier. That makes things better.
I see. Okay, now makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. You must also have very good CCA.
I think it's all right. A lot of it was just my passion, so then it just came together really nicely.
Okay. So I think you attended one of the CCs. Okay, got it. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Very good sharing. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Walter. Phoebe, you're very welcome to contact me anytime if you want to discuss more. I can do another meeting with you later, no problem. Let me know. This program works very, very well for students who are motivated and determined like Walter was. So congratulations again to Walter, and thank you so much everyone for joining us. Walter, a big thank you. Please stay in touch. Wishing you all the
Thank
best.
you.
See you
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye. See you. Bye.
Bye.